Oh, I've got so many things on my mind today. So many things on my mind. I have been very busy today. I have been working since very early in the morning with my HOA. We actually have two associations. Isn't that fancy? We have a master's association and then we have a regular HOA association. So I have to deal with both of those. I got the first one together. I helped to get them together with the lawsuit. You have to sue people in America. It's really sad. But the good thing is you get your money on the back end when you sue their ass. So yeah, had to do that. That took about 6 years. And I always tell people, I'd be like, one thing about me is I never give up. I'm very persistent. So if you want to tangle with Miss May, especially legal tangles, I can go and I never stop. So don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. People see that in me, so they tend to back down. I recently, let's see, what was it, about 2 weeks ago? I got this lady, she's in the process of buying the DR property. It's been 2 years and she hasn't, it's supposed to be a contract. She didn't broke the contract, breach a contract, and she didn't want to pay. And she's been bullshitting for a whole year. She got off the payment plan. She owed me 5 figures, right? And I got tired of her. I was just like, you know what? It's 2026. I'm about to get in that ass. I've been so patient. I've been so patient. A year is a long time to wait for your 5 figures, the rest of your balance. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and I did the paperwork. I had to go and do a power of attorney and to my lawyer in the DR. And I sent all that shit off, you know, got to get notaries and all this stuff. I did all my paperwork. She sent me, she wrote up the stuff. And guess what, y'all? All of a sudden, since about 5 days ago, I've been getting $2,000 every day and deposited right into my bank account. Isn't it amazing what lawyers can do? They make people move. I love it. Yeah, we're filing. We're filing breach of contract, and You're gonna lose all the money that you paid me already. Play with it. This is the Dominican Republic. It's a third world country. They don't give a fuck. Okay. So I've been getting $2,000. That's the max you can send, through somebody's bank account. I've been getting $2,000 every day for the past 5 days, and she has many, many more days that she got to keep sending $2,000 so she can finish her balance up. And then she gets to pay the association fees. I got an HOA over there too, and that's $100 a month, and she did not pay that. So then she gets to pay that before I'm going to sign over any title to her. I'm glad to be out of the DR. That was a hot mess. It did not turn out how I wanted. 10 years in, I'm done. I'm good. You have to keep a fund for suing people. It's like a social protection. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. And so right now, my master's association, I'm working on, I don't know, maybe I should have been a lawyer. I really should have been. Because legalese and all this maneuvering and shit, you learn a lot. You learn, especially learn by doing. And so it's like almost like I don't need a lawyer. I even did my own goddamn divorce. I took care of all that myself. I don't need no damn lawyer. So where I don't need a lawyer, I do myself. But I do, I ain't scared, you know what I'm saying, to get a lawyer. What's up, Ambassador? How's your weekend? So yeah, I'm actually in the process of writing, I'll say drafting for this Masters Association. But this time will be good because I won't have to spend my money. My HOA is going to sue my Masters Association HOA. So it'll be their money, not my money. And that's great. That's great because it can be very, very expensive, very, very expensive, especially when people want to play games and they want to duck and dodge and do the long game. I know about the long stroke. That long stroke ain't that nice. They just come up with bullshit, especially during discovery. You'd be like, wow, you don't really care about this. You just trying to make my bill big, you son of a bitch. But that's okay. I know the game. I know the game. So yeah, and I had somebody, was it 3 months ago? I think I was ranting and raving. They owed me money. Sent them a bill. Motherfucker want a white man, rich white man. He want to play games. I said, okay. He got in between people. He's sending them at me. Because you know how they do. They hide. They in their little office. And they got gatekeepers. No, no, no. I'm staking this motherfucker out. And I came with my papers. I came with my papers for court, the ones you fill out when you're doing your own small claim suit under 15,000. I came and I said, I just want to look you in your face. He came to my the lady. Yeah, I'm about to go to my dentist. I said, oh, you're exactly who I'm looking for. I said, I just wanted to make sure I have done everything, and I have met you in person and made sure that you are aware of everything before I put this lawsuit down. I just want to do everything. You know, in mediation, they ask you, in mediation, they ask you, have you explored all possibilities? Have you done all that you could do, your due diligence to, find a middle ground or come to some kind of agreement? And I just want to do that today. I have my papers here. And, I just need to see you in person and let you know what the situation is. So you can go ahead and pay or tell me you're not going to pay. And then I'll know what I need to do. And I told him, I said, I'm adding all my, my parking fees. I'm adding that into that. So, hey. Next thing you know, I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God, I got a call from the lady the next day. She was like, can you come and pick up your check? I said, sure can. No problem. No problem. I don't play with these people. I do not play with these people. You got me fucked up. Don't play with my money. Don't play with me. I'll be patient sometimes, but then I get tired. I'm gonna take your ass to court. So I'm working on filing I'm working on drafting the letter because I want this lawyer. We actually have a lawyer for the HOA, but I want him to do it a certain way. I've seen some of these letters. That shit be weak. No, I need you to come with the real. I need you to execute excellently. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him do his research, go into the bylaws. I need you to pull out all the violations and plug them. But everything other than that, I got it. I got the formatting. I'm going to do it, white boy. You need to just plug in, all those different things that they're doing. You plug that in. But I'm going to take care of the other part. I got some demands. We have a whole little coalition here. Us black Karens, we working together. And so today we went and we put out 500 flyers. It's 6 neighborhoods we're all under. And so we've been out in the cold. They be walking. I'm not walking. It's too fucking cold. So I'm going like the mailman and sticking the shit on the mailbox. So I've been working. That's what I've been doing all day. Graphic design. See? It's good to be educated. I get graphic design skills. And I made the flyers. They printed them out. We had a black printer, doing black business. And we put all the flyers out. We raising hell. Anyway, that's how I spent my day. So I've been quiet. I've been looking for clue. Let me read what Ambassador said. It's not too late. I think that is a good black elder degree. You don't have nothing else to do cause legal hell. What? Cause legal hell legal hell. What? He said it's not too late. I think this is a good black elder degree. Oh, you don't have nothing else to do. Oh. No, sir. I got enough degrees. I'm not going to school anymore. I don't want to go to school. I'm good. And to be honest with you, I didn't take the LSAT, but I was going to. But them math, that's the only thing that stopped me from being an attorney. Them damn math problems, I was like, fuck that. And it was like, let me tell you some stupid shit, okay? So, for example, there's a train in Alabama that's riding at a 6-degree angle, going 400 miles per hour. Going 100 miles per hour, at a 30-degree incline. And then there's a train from Georgia on a similar track at a average of 7-degree angle going at 80 degrees. At what point will they meet? What the fuck? The hell? What kind of shit? And I was just like, you know what? I just saw so many crazy ass math equation questions. I was like, later for that shit. I'm intelligent. I can read. I can write. I can critically think. But this math shit has got me. I'm done. I'm not doing this. And I have a fear of math. I'm not going to lie. I got some real issues with math. So the math portion of the LSAT had me beat. Now, as far as the verbal and the written parts and analytics, I was good. I was good. So I would have taken the LSAT were it not for those math parts. But I have practice books. They're still upstairs. But I'm too old. I ain't got time to be going back to school. I'm trying to live and like I'm off the hamster wheel. I'm off the and I'm not that damn old. Stop acting like I'm old, Ambassador. I'm fucking 47. God damn. You be acting like I'm old or something. You know, a bitch ain't old. I'm my mid 40s. Shit. I'm not that damn old. Y'all be killing me. Anyway, what I want to talk about today, my real topic, I was just going through some other things that had me busy. Two things. Have y'all seen this dude coming from Philadelphia talking about he a Black Panther? What a sham. What a cosplay clown. Have y'all seen this dude? He's standing up there talking about he fighting ICE and he representing this and that. He a Black Panther clown. So I've been doing some, little research on him. I used to be a serious researcher for another channel. And boy, some of the stuff we unearthed, ooh, it was good. It was good shit. So I started back doing some of that little bit of work, little investigative work. And so, yeah, I'm looking at that. It's very interesting. This guy's all over the place. He's trying to. He's a fucking agent. He's a freaking agent, right? You know they pay people to do these things. I actually found a website where the government has what you call crisis actors. It's based out of, I believe, Portland, Oregon, or Washington State. I can't remember which one. But the emails and all of that stuff, that's the office it operates out of. But it's mostly virtual. They put these jobs out there, and they say stuff like they want you to play a cop or play part of a scene or take out, certain actions in environments. It's very interesting. So a lot of times what you think you see, you don't see. It's just people who are placed there to escalate, to do the most. I tell you somebody who I believe was a crisis actor or paid prop, was this guy. Y'all know the one who went into January 6th? He went into January 6th in the offices. He had on, like, half his face was painted blue and white. And then he had on like a moose head, fur moose head or some shit like that. I forgot what they nicknamed him something. But that dude, I'm like, anytime you see costuming or real erratic, crazy, over the top, attention getting behavior, they're being paid. They're being paid to get featured. They want to show everybody something. And the media, I used to work in the media. The media is trained to find people like that. You're naturally attracted. There's a story. It's going to get attention, all this propaganda. It's going to make a great photo, that type of shit. I'm a trained photographer too. So, but what I want to talk about during the stream, let me get my ass up. I'm tired. I've been running. I just came back from Walmart. I'm so tired. I have been very busy. It's Friday and I'm like, fuck it. I don't want no wine because I don't want a headache. And wine gives you a headache. So I'm just going to chill. I'm going to just sip on this sweet tea. Anyway, I want to talk about the talented 10th. I should have made a thumbnail about it. I want to talk about the talented 10th and why the talented 10th is necessary. The talented 10th is necessary, and I'm going to relate that to Anton Daniels, okay? Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. Everybody's talking about it. I don't want to talk about what everybody else is talking about. Everybody else is talking about how which one punked the other one. What is true manhood? Who is street, right? Who's really scared of who? Why you ain't gonna bust a grape? Da 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 da. You could have did this. You could have did that. Both of y'all scared. Everybody's kind of talking about it in terms of who has courage and who doesn't have courage. And I don't think, to me, I don't think that's really the story here. What I heard when I watched the two of them having a conversation, I heard one black man challenge the other black man to find fault in the white man. That's what I heard. And the other black man, he declined. Anton declined to find any fault in white men, particularly white males. And what came true in that scene, what was exposed was that he's actually afraid of white men. Who didn't know that? If y'all saw Anton in the bakery with that white man, I don't know if y'all saw that. But Anton is constantly getting punked out. Something about him is soft and lame, and everybody picks up on it, you know? But Anton did not have, he don't got no balls. And I think other men who are like predator type or predatory or just tough, they pick up on it. This punk ass nigga, you know? And they punk him. I think his nephew beat him up. His brother beat him up. That white man dragged him and talked crazy to him. And I mean, Anton looked scared. He looked like he couldn't bust a thread. He was coping and, you know, trying to hold his little frame, and it was looking terrible. Old drunk white man who came from money just punked the hell out of Anton in that damn bakery. He told him, he said, "Get out of here. This ain't your neighborhood. You don't belong over here. You can't afford anything." I mean, he dragged Anton. He dragged him. And Anton just kept trying to talk to his audience, trying to make it better. You know. Anyway, the story to me is, why is it that this black man, what's all your money? What's all your Gucci? What's all that for? If at the end of the day, you still can't freely speak, you still scared. He asked you, simple and plain, hey, why can't you say nothing critical about white people, particularly white men? Do you think they've made America a perfect place? What mistakes have they made? What have they done? You ain't got no criticism for white men? Anton was like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll get to that later. You're moving too fast. You're moving too fast. We'll get to that later. I'll talk about that later. He said, no. Let's talk about it now. Y'all see the fear? I saw the slave flash into him. I saw that old Negro slave hunched over, scarred. He can't say it. Now the question is, what's stopping him from saying it? What are the consequences? What are the consequences? You're not going to get what? I thought you had mostly black people in your audience. You getting money. How's your money going to get cut? What's it called? The billionaire, what is it called? He got something, the money bag chasers, right? The money chasers, the bag chasers. In the Millionaire Morning Show, he claimed he a millionaire. I don't think so. I think that YouTube subscription is about all he got going on, you know? That's just the truth. And I think it's kind of effeminate for a man to just sit around the fucking internet all day talking, and it's like, you know, it's so faggoty, if you ask me. It's very faggoty. I would be disgusted if my man was sitting on the damn internet chit-chatting and shit all day. Very feminine. I don't respect it. I don't care how much money you make. That shit faggoty. Just sitting around on the damn computer like a little bitch. I don't want no bitch-ass nigga. I like masculine men. Oh, no, the blueberries are... Oh, no. They're like kind of shriveled. They're shriveled like raisins. Speaking of raisins, I'll talk about that later. What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? I'm going to get my daughter some macaroni and cheese. Yeah, some macaroni and cheese. I got to find a noodle. What the hell are noodles? Anyway, where's the fear? You're making your money with black people, right? And if he was so past like race and all of that, why do you talk to a black audience? Why don't you have a non-black audience? These people kill me. They want to be black when it's convenient. Hey, what's up, Cynical? Hey. Why do you want to be black when it's convenient? So Anton Daniels, and I see that too with the coons. Why are you always in black people's face? You so much better and you so post-racial, but you just always happen to be in black people's face. Y'all got to pick a team. Make up your mind. Stay over there. Stay on that line. You know? Cut it out. Stop being a part-time Negro. But the fear is clear. Anton, for all his so-called money, all his so-called accolades that he gives himself, he's a master businessman, he's a this, he's a that. For all of that, he still can't even speak freely. He can't just say what he wants to say. So what good is it? What fucking good is it? You feel me? What fucking good is it? You goddamn clown. You scary punk. Hey, what's up, creative? You scary bitch ass nigga. You say you got all this money, but what good is it? Your ass can't bust a grape. You scared to talk about white men. You think somebody gonna cut your shine. You think you're gonna get canceled. And the crazy thing is, ain't nobody studying you, Anton. Don't nobody even know who you are. You just a regular nigga. You know these white people? They just see a black nigga with a bald head. They don't remember you. They don't remember your name. They don't remember your face. You give yourself too much credit. I'm like that with Asian people. I like Asian people, but them Oriental people, they all look the same to me. I'm just being honest. They all look the same. I rarely be like, oh yeah, I remember that face. When I go into the nail salon, how many times a year? Maybe 4 times a year to get my pedicure. I do my own mostly, but in the summer I go get some fancy shit done. I don't remember them bitches. They don't look the same to me. I remember the man because I always talk to him about Thailand. He's from Vietnam, I believe. He go to Thailand a lot, so we talk about Thailand. I remember him, but the rest of them, they all look the same to me. So he's giving himself a lot of credit, you know, thinking that white people care. They don't care, Anton. They don't even know you. They don't keep track of your ass. So it's not even about real repercussions. He is afraid. That's the slave in him. Y'all feel me? That's the slave in him. He's actually afraid. There's some taboo about saying something about a white man. That shit was bothering him. He was like, wait a minute. I can't do that now. I can't do that. Can't talk about the white man. You goddamn coon. Fucking coon. Lame ass coon. That shit looks so weak to me. I said, look at this shit. This nigga is literally afraid to say his opinion or express it publicly. He can't offer one critique. Do y'all know how much shit white men have done in this world, in this country? There's so much blame. Mostly all the blame goes on the white man. And you got the nerve to spend all your time talking about black men and black people. And somebody actually asked you, do you have any word of criticism for white folks? Oh, I can talk about the woke white liberal woman. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? That's easy. That's easy, you know? But you can't talk about the real issue, which is the white man. Because she moves by his permission, doesn't she? At the end of the day, white women don't really run shit. So you taking the easy route, the cheat code. You scarred. You scared. You're a scarred Negro. That's what I saw was exposed. Okay? So lesson here is that no matter how much money some of these Negroes think they have or say they have, no matter how much clout or famousness or fame or whatever, they still be bought and paid for. They heart pump Kool-Aid. Punks. Bitch ass. They're not free. That's my point. They're not fucking free. Goddamn slave. A slave with a fancy hat. You're a fucking slave. And that's what I got out of that show. But this is what I want to tell you. In my opinion, check this out. In my opinion, make sure my earplug is in here. I'm fixing my daughter's food. In my opinion, this is where I believe that the talented 10th comes in. It is necessary in the black community for the talented 10th to exist. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the talented 10th, the vast majority of the talented 10th has not only the courage, the confidence, but also the kahunas. They got the goddamn balls, the guts. Okay? That's why the talented 10th is what it is. It's a small part. It's difficult to get black people to tell the truth, especially about white people. They got fear that is in their heart. And it's almost like it's in their DNA. They're scared. There's an internal fear. I'm going to liken that fear that black people have to speaking truth and power about white people. I'm going to liken it to how white people are afraid to talk about Jews. Y'all feel me? Same shit. White people are petrified to say anything about Jews because they know that when the Jew finds out what you said, it's going to be hell to pay. They're going to cut your bank account. They're going to cut your, ask Nick Fuentes. They're going to cut your opportunity. They're going to kick you out of school. They're going to disband you from anything you belong to. Any board you set on, any and everything, they gonna fuck your life up. Them the real gangsters. The Jews are the real gangsters, okay? The same way white people fear the Jews is the same way black people fear white folks. I'm not lying. Look around. I'm not lying. It's a fact. These motherfuckers be scared. He's a grown ass, big ass man. I have an alarm that keeps going off. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I can. So this is one of the important things. They are unsung heroes. They are people who are perfectly in positions of power and influence, and they can shape institutions. They can shape the outcomes of rules, regulations, laws, decisions. They're sitting at important tables that everybody doesn't have access to. We need the talented team. I think that the world does not, people, black folks, do not understand how important it is. This invisible army of talented and gifted black people who are pro-black in the sense that they are looking out for their best interest. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that every black person who has power and influence and can change and shape shit is in favor of black people. We know coons exist, and we know that people like, I'm trying to get mine. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying we have to acknowledge that the talented 10th is alive and well today, and it plays a part. And we cannot mistake people who have money or say they have money, people who say they're famous, try to make themselves famous, social media people. Some of these motherfuckers is made of nothing. They're made of dirt. They don't have talent, they don't have skill, they don't have power, they don't have prestige. They just look the part. That's my point. A lot of these people who do great and amazing things to help push forth the race and protect the race and act in our best interest, they are not people that you see every day. I see them all the time in my walk of life. You know, they're in these positions, and I say, hey, you know, I'm trying to do so and so. Let me pull you to the side, sis. Let me show you something. Let me introduce you to somebody. This happens a lot. Perfectly placed, talented 10 people. They're all over the place. The more things you're involved in life, the more you run across them. And I don't want us, as people to forget about that. I don't want us to mistake the social media people and the distraction and the entertainment for them people. They're not. And I think that's my point. Anton demonstrated for us that there are slaves with fancy garments, right? And lips locked on Massa's scrotum. And they won't say one single solitary word of defiance. They'll die and go to hell before they disrespect Massa. Slaves. A lot of these people who are public, fucking slaves. They can't think on their own. They can't speak on their own. They live in fear. They're afraid to lose influence. They're afraid to lose people and support and money. They're not free. We don't envy you. No. And I think it's important that we acknowledge that most black folks are not going to raise hell. I'm not talking about be activists. I'm talking about stand up and say that shit ain't right. That needs to change. They're not going to do it. A lot of us are too busy. A lot of black people. That's why the talented 10th has the work to do. They have the luxury of time to think. They have the luxury of time to read. They have the luxury of time to respond to shit, to plan, to organize. That's a luxury that the average black person, the average Negro don't have. The average person is trying to figure out how they're going to pay for this, take care of that. How them 40 hours plus them 21 hours is going to equal sustenance for the fucking month. Ambassador, you say you're in strong disagreement. Why are you in strong disagreement? Why? I was thinking too about getting StreamYard. It says $35. I'm a cheap bitch. I was thinking about getting StreamYard because I like to be able to just have it open, rather than have these one-sided dialogues. I'm not really feeling the one side. I would love to just. Why doesn't YouTube have it so I can just push the button? I should be push the person's name and be like, come on up. I don't understand why they don't do that. I don't understand. Maybe they got an agreement with StreamYard. Maybe they're the same company. Who knows? I don't know. Or StreamYard should sell a subscription to YouTube at a discount or some shit to infuse it, Please, Ambassador, tell me why you strongly disagree. I'm just telling you, a lot of these people that folks is worshiping, these motherfuckers ain't free. They scared to talk. They scared to bust a grape. And I'm not talking about that fight between the two of them. I'm talking about the fact that you are literally afraid to talk about white folks. You cannot even on a fucking stream that's not even like that stream. Corey Holcomb. Don't know white people even watch that shit. Nigga, you can say what you want to say. What is your problem? You fucking coward. I'm red pill. I'm this. You know, these people act like they're so free. You're not fucking free. You're afraid. You're afraid. And I tell you what, I have had situations recently where I had to say, do I want to keep my freedom or do I want to conform? As an activist, I'm not going to say a whole lot, but I was allotted a lot of money, okay, as an activist. And I saw the contracts that were given to me, multiple ones. And I said to myself, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I can't say that. Because this is a woke organization. They gonna tell me in the contract what I can and cannot say. And I said to myself, okay, May, hold up. And I signed the contract and I sent it back. And they sent me the money. And y'all know what happened? I started to talk. And as I was talking about shit, I was saying certain words. And I said, ooh, that's in violation of that contract. I ain't spent the money. I got the checks. I got an email. Do you ready for your second round of check? Your second check. And I kept thinking, I don't like the way this feels. That I have to censor myself. I can't say particular things. Okay? That's real. These contracts are real. You can get sued. You can get fucked up. When you start associating with certain groups and you take their money, they're going to tell you what you can and cannot say. And once you sign that shit and you spend that money, your ass is sold. You understand? So I said, hold up. That ain't going to work for me. That's not going to work for me. That's not the person I am. I cannot not say. I'm not famous, but I cannot be told what to say and what not. I live in a free country. Why the fuck am I going to write off my freedom to speak for some damn money? And the thing is, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fucking do it. I will figure out a way to get what I need to get done. And I'm smart enough to do that. I'm going to reroute that shit somewhere else. It's not going to be on me, on my name, my dotted line. I sent that shit back. I sent that check back. Don't send the second one. And when you get that back, go ahead and take my name and throw that contract away because I didn't accept the money. It is null and void. I appreciate you. The contract was understanding that you get the money and you're going to do X, Y, and Z with the money. And while you're getting our money, you're going to behave a certain way. I'm giving your money back. We're going to reverse all of this. I'm free. I'm good. I did that a year ago. I'm straight. You can't take everybody's money because then the silencing begins. Feel me? I ain't talking no bullshit I haven't experienced. I can't take money from the ADL. You understand? And other organizations because then they want to tell me what I can say. I can't take your money. I don't want your money. It's going to come with all these clauses and extra shit. You going to own me? Nah, man. I ain't going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. You keep your money. I keep my freedom. We good. I'm going to continue to do this work. I'll do it on my own way. Another direction. Maybe I'll work with people who don't require me to sign contracts and tell me what I can and cannot say. Maybe. Right? You gotta keep your soul intact. That's what you gotta do. You gotta be able to do great things, but keep your damn soul intact. Keep you. When you get to the point where people silencing you and telling you, man, there's so many people. When you see this Trump and all this shit going on, it's so many people bought and sold. Lindsey Graham, let me get on that shit. Lindsey Graham is a homosexual. He's a flaming fucking homosexual. But Lindsey Graham is a war hawk. He's not a war hawk. Let me tell y'all what happened to Lindsey Graham. I am pretty sure that Lindsey Graham, they had, I want to talk about that. I don't know if I got time. But I'm going to have to go away and eat my dinner and fix my daughter's dinner. And I'll come back and I'll do a live stream. But I want to talk about this conspiracy theory of world domination, but particularly compromise. Compromise is some serious shit. I was talking with my husband about it earlier. And y'all, it's so many layers of stuff that me and him was talking about. At what point do people put a focus on you, track you throughout your life because you have talents and gifts? They get you compromised, and as you ascend the mountain, they use the compromise that sometimes they intentionally did to you, egged you up to do, as a way to own your soul. You got people out here doing funny, weird shit. I want to talk about Nick Fuentes. He's got compromise. There's so many people that have done things in life. Oh, I got some wild ideas. I got some ideas about the Catholic Church and the confessional. There are people who collect information on individuals when they are ascending the mountain. Kanye talked about this. There are a lot of people who talked about this. You know, people who are, what do you call them? Handlers. And I learned about that in the industry, the entertainment industry, record label. They want to control you. You're an asset because they've invested in you. They want their return on investment. So they give you a lawyer. They give you a manager. They give you these people. They put them on you. They manage you. They call it a manager. They manage you. They tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. They tell you how much you're going to get paid, when you can get your money. Oh, it's something. The entertainment industry is not different than politics. It's not different than corporations. It's not different than anything. All these institutions have something very interesting built into them. They have these systems where compromise can become the playbook. And I think about this. I'll throw this out there and I'll discuss it later. Fraternities, right? Right out of high school, you get in fraternities and sororities. They have you do ungodly things for you to belong, to prove yourself, to engage, to be a member. How many people, when they get to the top of the mountain, all of a sudden, somehow, some way, right? You the FBI assistant director and shit, and you do something somebody don't like, all of a sudden your fraternity pictures of you doing blackface just happens to appear. Compromise. You have some female who your daddy paid off because she was drunk and didn't know you had sex with her, right? And she went to the school and she complained, and the school systematically put her complaint down. And your daddy wrote a check and an NDA for her to go away. But somehow, some way, when you become the FBI assistant director, I'm just giving examples. That lady who had that NDA, she pops up. Some reporter happened to find her and unearthed the story, right? Matt Gates. I don't say no names. Examples. Isn't it amazing? Lindsay Lohan. Child actress. Been tracked. Held. Handled all her life. And somehow, some way, you get friends that just happen to introduce you to cocaine. They got you sniffing cocaine all the time. Nobody knows where these people came from. You always just seem to get a friend who puts you up on cocaine. Isn't that something? Rock bands, right? The 80s. And then, you overdose and shit. You always just happen to find somebody. And those people are documenting the whole time. They got pictures of you sniffing your cocaine. They got pictures of you doing compromising shit. They encourage you to debauchery, right? They assist you. They're participating. This goes back to who? Epstein. How many Epsteins? That's my question. How many Epsteins exist? Are there thousands? Small ones, big ones, mediums? How many Epsteins exist? How many institutions have hidden Epsteins? People who create compromise for people who are going to eventually ascend the mountain. That's some dangerous shit when you think about it. It's dangerous shit. When does it start? It's not my original thought. Candace brought it up. The young and gifted, the young and talented, they can ruin you at any point. Compromise. It's not a coincidence that those young leadership Republican retreats, somebody in there came up with the idea, why don't we get a group text message going? Right? And somebody in that group had the bright idea, let's talk about Jews and niggers. For all to see. And one day down the line, somebody exposes them all. Compromise. This shit is built into the system. These people have been spying and wielding power over folks. They've signed dotted lines. They've taken checks. I know about it. Those are not the only contracts I have signed. Okay? I've done this before. When you sign these contracts, there's an obligation. You got to pay the piper. And people forget about that, especially when money's involved. People forget about that. When you get these contracts and they got money with them, you be like, it's okay, it's all right. You're going to make a way. I'm going to make a way to make this okay. No, it's not. You got to pay the piper. You got to pay the piper. And that's the dangerous part. When you're young or you're too poor, you're struggling too much, paying the piper don't sound like a bad thing to you. Freedom is not that big of a deal. I'll eventually get through this. No. It never stops. It never stops. You get on a hamster wheel. Once you take the first check, then you take the second check, third check. That becomes a way of life. They own you. They own your ass. And there's no way out of it. Contracts are dangerous. They dangerous. Don't put your name on shit. But a house and a piece of property. Don't put your name on nothing else. Because you got to pay the piper. And even that shit, you're going to pay the piper. By the time they get done running your ass down for 30 years for that interest rate, you're going to pay them 2 times what the fucking house was worth, okay? Contracts are trouble. Most of them. Contracts are from the devil, baby. I signed my name. I'm thinking about, what's that damn movie? I forgot the movie. I signed my name. I give my name. What is it? The Scarlet fucking letter. You can't have my name. You cannot have my name. He told the devil you can't have my name. I forget his name. John something. Scarlet letter. I'm in a strong. Okay, you said it's a lot to explain. Essentially, most middle to upper middle black class black folk operate like Anton. They believe in the system to an extent, and it causes them to latch into. Well, you said to lock into it in the wrong way. To lock into it in the wrong ways. Okay. Interesting. You said most. I acknowledge that there are some that are all about themselves. I acknowledge that. But I also acknowledge that there are many that are perfectly positioned and they are helpful. And they do see themselves as an extension of the black community and they try to be supportive and helpful. And those are the ones I'm focused on. I'm just simply saying, don't think that every Negro who's new rich or got a little bit of money, a little floss, a little costume, and don't think that that person is there with power and ability to be free. They're not fucking free. They're not. I mean, you know, even some of these contracts. I mean, we saw what happened with Kanye. You fuck around and say the wrong shit, and they'll say, "Oh, you embarrassed the company, and you got to pay back all that money because we told you there was a clause of, you know, don't damage the brand, and whatever you said damaged the brand. Anything you fucking do, man, please." These athletes and stuff, but it's also in just it's a lot of shit. It's in a lot of these contracts and these agreements that people sign. It's in a lot of stuff. Now I don't know if you know, Anton has signed anything. I don't think he's endorsing anything. I think that raggedy ass beard shit that he got is his own product and brand. Um, Let me read the rest. You said the books, The Color of Money by Marisa Baradahan, Baradahan, and the original Black Elite by Elizabeth Downing Taylor. The original Black Elite hint at this problem. Okay, let me screenshot that. Let me see. I like to. I just did I cut the fucking shit off? Okay, I gotta screenshot it later because it just cut my damn phone off. Am I back? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I see it's counting. But let me say, I gotta feed my daughter and myself, and then I'll come back and do a live stream while I'm washing these dishes because I'm chilling right now. I'm fucking tired, but I'm about to start working again, clean these dishes. I be tearing this fucking kitchen up. I made sloppy joe. I made chili. I made two different types of chicken. I made macaroni, cheese, and vegetables, and I'm gonna feed my daughter. And I'll come back with a live stream so anybody want to join. But I'm gonna present my idea of compromise and how that may happen over time for those who may ascend the mountain. And anticipation of greatness is a need to control them, contract them, get them associated and affiliated. Candace Owens has been these are my original ideas, but she got me thinking because she was making connections how all these people were like connected to the military, how all these people were connected to Liberty University and Mormonism. And all of these people are connected to nonprofit organizations. It's very interesting. And they went to certain institutions like these leadership schools, these think tanks. And it's not, I see incidences all the time. And you like, who got that? Who fucking found that shit from way back when that makes you look crazy as fuck right now while you are a leader? Who fucking dug that up? They always blame a motherfucking journalist. But it's deeper than that. They got files on people. Maybe I'm dumb because I'm just now processing. But my question is, how many Epstein's information compromise collectors exist intentionally from the youngest age, documenting your fuck ups, encouraging you to debauchery, so that they can document it and use it at precisely the right time? How many of them approach you with contracts to get your ass stuck? Introduce you to drugs. Introduce you to all kinds of things that will get you fucked up. I'm going to use this black man real quick, for example. I got to go. And I'll come back when I finish. Maybe 9:30. I'll come back at 9:30. Now, I'll save this black man. He was a representative. He was on his way up. He was ascending the mountain. He was ascending the mountain. I got to look up and see what his name is so I can be, speak accurately. But this black man ends up in a hotel room married with 3 children. Beautiful black man, beautiful family. And he ends up being exposed on his way up the mountain, right? At that precise time. He's exposed as being a homosexual who also has lines of cocaine. He's laying naked with a white model-looking escort man. Overdose. Photos exposed. Career over. Marriage probably done. How the fuck does that happen? I believe there are Epsteins everywhere. And they've been following talented people intentionally, infiltrating circles of influence and prestige and power. Like a catch, like a trap. Anybody who becomes part of this Obama Leadership Academy or Leadership institution, right? Yeah, we're going to start compromise on y'all. Think about it. Just even your phone alone, just your phone. I like watching porn, right? I ain't ashamed. That's why I tell people I watch porn. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I own me. I can say it. But I watch porn. Basic, porn. I like, I like, I like, I like certain shit, you know. I like black porn. I like gangbangs too. But anyway, I'm processing all of this. I like certain shit, right? But imagine if I was a first lady of a church, right? I'm prim and proper. Imagine if I was a gospel singer or something, and I have something to really lose. As somebody who had access to my phone because they're high tech and they can mirror phones and do all kind of fancy things. They can take over IP addresses, go into the phone, scroll through. What if they go into see the type of pornography or the fact that I'm watching it and somebody publishes that? I'm thinking about somebody like, that it matters. I'm a nobody. But if it's so different from who you present yourself to be, you understand? Wow. Damage. Damage. You see? Or imagine if I'm a man who comes across as masculine. I got a masculine brand, you know? Like a Hulk Hogan or some shit. And they got like a whole year worth of text messages between me and my gay tink, we call it twink boo. Some sassy ass motherfucker. And my whole brand and my whole everything is built on being a masculine man. Y'all see how compromise is some dangerous shit. I'm thinking on that. That's some dangerous shit, man. You can control a motherfucker's mind. You can turn somebody into a robot. If that compromise is good, I have no doubt in my mind that Trump is under compromise. He doing shit that just don't make no sense. He's doing self-humiliation rituals. And I think that those humiliation rituals are a test. You know how when you stir in something, you eating it, you want to make sure it's got the right flavor, that is still solid, that is thick enough. You got to taste it. I think that's what these self-humiliation rituals are. It's like a litmus test. It's a test to see, is the product still pristine? Are you still afraid of me? I can test that. I can tell you go do some shit that I know is not in your best interest. And if you do it, I know you still scared. I can read your ass. You living in fear. I got you, boo. I still got you. Some dangerous shit. Let me go. I'm going to come back 9:30. I'll make an open panel and see if anybody wants to join. But I appreciate what you said, Ambassador. I agree with you that there are some, but there are lots too who do see themselves as a support and an element of power that could be used, on behalf of the black community. But I acknowledge. Some people's like, I'm all about mine, no doubt. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. I'm going to fire it up at 9:30. All right, Ashe. Y'all have a good night until then.